In this video, we're looking at tools, enabling tool calls, and connecting to your data. In the last video, we did look at the tool selection bar. We looked at this tool selection pop-out window, and we also looked at this cool feature called Auto Tool that lets AI choose what to use from your connected integrations and the built-in tools. So in this video, we're going deeper, we're getting more specific with these features, and we're going to look at some best practices to take your prompting with tool calling to the next level. So just because there is some terminology to cover here, I want to draw your attention to our documentation, docs.hatz.ai, where there is an article that has important terms to know. We're not going to read through all of these. You can come back and look at them, but just be aware that if we're saying something like integration or tool or connection is kind of a broad umbrella category, those are things that lets Hatz call external services. Things like the live internet, your Microsoft 365 environment, maybe your CRM, or those tools like code execution or the Hatz Workshop Assistant. All of those integrations, all of those tools, those connections are available in that tool call pop-out window. Now, tool calls, this is another term that is a little bit different from a tool. Let's say each tool or connection or integration is just the broad category of what you're connecting to. It's what platform you're going out and connecting to. So for example, I can turn on the Microsoft 365 connection. And it says that I can manage Outlook, Teams, OneDrive, SharePoint, and Excel. But really, on a deeper level, what does that actually mean? That's where tool calls come in handy, because these are specific functions that AI can invoke that are often written out like this with some underscores and some descriptors in here. But I like this analogy. It says it's like a menu of possible actions that AI can take when using that integration or using that tool. So let's scroll down here and look just, for example, at the Google Maps integration. These are the tool calls. Google Maps is the tool. Google Maps is the integration, the connection, whatever you want to call it. But the tool calls are the menu of options. These are the menu of actions that AI can take when it's connected to Google Maps. So things like Maps text search, which searches for places using a normal text query. It can do a nearby search, find places near a specific location. It can get directions. It can get a route, but it can't create new locations. It can't create new destinations. It has to follow these tool calls. We can look at another example before we move on, and this is a very popular web search tool, Perplexity. Perplexity, again, is the connection. It's the integration. It is the tool. But the tool calls that AI can use while connected to Perplexity are things like Perplexity Search, which runs a web search, Perplexity Ask, which asks Perplexity a question and gets a direct answer that's grounded in web info, Perplexity Reason, Perplexity Research. So let's go back into our Microsoft 365 example. You'll notice that when you choose that tool, it just shows you that the tool is connected. This is a best practice. This is like a prompt engineering life hack for you. Turn on a tool. Just connect Microsoft 365 or your CRM or whatever you want to connect to. You can even do this with the built-in tools, but we're going to do Microsoft for this example. Go into the prompt bar and say, make a table of all available tool calls for Microsoft 365 and organize them by category. And I am using an AI model that has tool calling available here. And we can see these streaming in. This is a lot more than Perplexity or Google Maps. There's a lot that Microsoft 365 can do through Hatz when an AI model is connected to it. So why am I showing you this? Why am I showing you the best practices for finding out what these tool calls are? It's so that you can take the next step and understand what AI can do with these tools and get it to help you write the prompts that will give you the best outputs. So let's look at an example. Let's say I want to use Hatz to help me constantly point at a specific place, a specific folder in my OneDrive. I'm going to say something like, using these tool calls, write a prompt that I can use to always get data from a folder in OneDrive called prompt engineering. Because if I just turn on Microsoft 365, ask it to find data, it's going to look across my Microsoft 365 environment. I want to point at a specific place. So it's helping me write this prompt. Remember in the last video, I said, use AI to help you use AI. That's exactly what this is. Now, you might not even use Microsoft, and that's okay. The same principle applies for Salesforce. It applies to Hubspot. It applies to anything that you can connect to on this pop-out window. So now that we know how to connect to your data, we know how to prompt AI to understand what tool calls, what actions you can take with that data from Hatz, let's just look at one more best practice. And we're going to stick with Microsoft for this example. I've connected Microsoft. I've asked it already to help me write for a specific use case, but now I kind of want to know what else might be possible. I'm going to ask what are some common, easy to build use cases that I might benefit from with Microsoft. So AI can look at all of those tool calls and see what's available and then give you some suggestions. These are things you can do day one in the platform. Again, do this for Salesforce, do this for just web search, just built-in tools, right? Turn on Auto Tool and ask it, what can I do with web search and code execution and the built-in tools that are available? Ask it with Auto Tool turned on, because it'll then reference all of your connected integrations. What are some use cases that I can use with these integrations that are available? You're going to hear this in every video, but please use AI to use AI. It's what I do. It's what everyone at Hatz does. When in doubt, ask AI what to do next. Give it a little bit of context and ask it questions. It is chat because you can make it a conversation. You can get it to help you think through your use cases, think through how these tools can be leveraged and how to better connect to your data, bring it into Hatz, manipulate it, edit it, analyze it, and do something useful and meaningful with it. So have fun with this and happy prompting.